So in this video, what I want to do is I want to go through how you can get followers onto your page for as cheap as possible, but also not as cheap as possible, but in the simplest way possible, and how your page can be optimized to engage these followers potentially into customers, right? The biggest thing with ads is obviously most people cannot afford ads, or they cannot afford to waste money on testing, lose money with basically testing multiple things, and then ultimately paying for an agency who will charge them X amount of money, and already they're at a loss before they've even made any money. And there's a lot of people that are just not in that bracket financially that can afford this sort of stuff, and they're also not in the bracket where they can take risks and spend money testing things. So this is the most simplest way, providing you have a good, strong organic following, you have a page that's nurtured for people when they come in. This is the best, most simplest way anybody can run ads. So the first thing is we're obviously IG profile views, which is here. Okay, so this is the first thing. That's the optimization, and how that looks on a campaign is it's a traffic campaign, right? Now, what you would be setting up is for IG profile visits. Okay, so the objective is to get people onto your page and ultimately get them as a follower. Now, in terms of budgeting, you do not need to spend a lot. Now, that £10 a day could go across these three audiences, and you could literally spend £2.50 on each audience, right? With 3 videos per ad set. All the videos can be the same, and these videos are going to talk about specific topics or issues that you feel that you can solve with your follower ads to bring them onto your page and nurture them. Now, what you're looking for when you run your ads is your audiences are based off of your data from your clients, your customers, and the things that they like, they're interested in, and potentially the people you want to work with. The first audience is your lookalike. Now, your lookalike audience is your email list or your customer list. And if you have a customer list of over 300, 400, 500 people, you can put that into a custom audience on Facebook, and Facebook will try and find similar people within that email list that have the same interests, hobbies, and behaviors. Okay. The next one is your cold audiences. And what you would do with your cold audiences, ad set 1 could be interests, and you would only pick one interest. You wouldn't pick all 4. So if you were to do ad set 1 here, you would pick, let's just say for an example, fitness, nutrition, and healthy lifestyle. That would be ad set 1. Now, if you decided that's not aligned to your avatar, you would then pick another ad set, and that would replace this ad set 1 or cold audience 1. Okay, so you've got a number of demographics or interests within ad set 1 that you can test, but you would only test one at a time. You would not put all of these within that ad set because it'd be far too broad. Ad set 2 would be broad demographics, so that could be a much more open audience, and you can maybe target certain cities. You can target genders if you're a female business owner or a male business owner, and basically you're letting Meta do the work for you. Now, the reason I wouldn't recommend this is broad. You shouldn't be doing broad if you do not have a seasoned ad account. If it's a brand new ad account, I would always go with interests. Okay. And then ad set 3, which would be this one, that could be job roles. So if you're trying to target people that are of high employment, you would put in certain roles like consulting, professional roles like a lawyer, a trader, people that are in specialist engineering roles, education, teachers. And then obviously we've got a lookalike, which is here. That's your customer list as a lookalike. Now, potentially what you'd be looking at is, okay, cool, I've put £2.50 across here, 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 and here. And what I can see out of this is audience 2 is not giving me good engagement. Audience 1 isn't giving me good engagement. But audience 3 and audience 1, or lookalike audience, is getting me the best cost per follower or / my best cost per visit. Okay, here it's costing me more than £1 to get a visitor. Here it's costing me more than £1, but these two I'm getting visits for 20p. So what you would do, you would kill off these audiences, and the budget would only go into your lookalike and audience free. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So then you can then split that £2.50 across those 4, and you can just put £5 into here, £5 into here, and that way you're going to get more traffic, more people on your page, and also you've identified that this demographic does not resonate with your brand. Now, if you decide that you want to duplicate this and target people similar to this audience, you can add on another layer, and again put £2.50 or £5 on it, and if it works, happy days, you keep it running. Okay. Now, tracking for this, how you're going to track and how you want to find your cost per follower is ultimately, let's just say the cost per visit is 20p. So here you can see an account, we've got 5 different audiences, we can see what our cost per Instagram visit is. This is a different currency, but let's just say it's 20 to 25p across the board, which here it's very, very much the same. What you can then do is then go on to Meta Business Suite, or you can go on to Not Just Analytics, and you can literally divide the number of followers by the ad spend, right? So if you spend, let's just say £100, okay, on, excuse my handwriting, on follower ads, and you get 50 followers, okay, 50 followers, right? That's £2 a follower, right? So there's your maths. Then you go, okay, cool. Out of that, I've had 50 followers, and out of those 50 followers, 12 of them have replied to me. So you can see where I'm going here. Then that goes down to, right, I've spent £100, 12 people have replied. What's my cost per reply rate? Out of that, 4 of them booked in a call. Out of that, 1 of them wanted to do whatever service I was offering. Then you work out and you go, okay, cool. I got 1 person through out of those 12. So actually, I made a sale for £100. Then from there, that's where you start doing the maths. You can start, working out how much do I need to spend to get that 1 sale, right? That's in the most specific way. So obviously with a visit is not a follower, okay? So if it's 20p a visit, okay, and 5 people visit your profile and you get 1 follower, do the maths. It's going to take 5 followers to go onto your profile for you to get 5 visits for you to get 1 follower. So this is how we do the maths, right? We take the cost per follows, okay, which is on Meta Business Manager. We attribute the ad spend and we divide that by the followers. So 50 followers, £100 divided by 50, that's £2 a follower. Out of that, 12 of them replied, and then out of those 12, 1 of them actually bought what it was that I was offering. It cost me £100 to make that sale, and let's just say your product cost is $249 as an example. Okay, so then you go, okay, cool, I can spend up to £100 and I'm getting a good, every pound I spend I'm getting £1.50 back, right? Because if you spend 100 and you get 249 back, it's a very, very good ROAS. Now let's talk about the type of content that we can put in front of people in order to get them interested in our page, right? So what content that's really, really powerful is things like client testimonials, so social proof of your business. So, showing others that you can achieve great results, and also your clients singing your praises in ads. That's a really, really good way. Obviously, you would not say tap the link in bio to get started. It would just be a simple follow. Case studies, so that provides authority so they can see a bit more context of how you helped client go from X to Y. Okay, about me, so a personal story. It means that when people are seeing your ads, people resonate with you. They understand your pain. They understand how they can be relatable to you and possibly why you can help them because you've been in the situation they've been in. The next one is debunking myths, beliefs, things that a lot of people think in certain industries, and how you are the person that can debunk that and provide actual valid proof and education on why that's not right. Okay, the next one is what actually makes you qualified to be able to be providing this information and actually supporting these people and potentially helping them with what they need. And then the last one is who you're actually looking for and why they should follow you. So you call out the type of demographic you're trying to work with, and give them the reasons to why, you know, that they should relate to you or potentially want to work with you. Now, these I've seen across the board with thousands of pounds worth of ad spend spent. These are the best types, and I've tested an awful lot of IG ads, clickbait, certain topics that aren't related to their brand to try and engage people. But all that happens is you get the wrong types of people. So build it all around your product and how you can help these people. Okay. Now, in terms of follow-ups, conversations, pretty straightforward. You always welcome a follower. Always welcome them onto your page. If they reply, you reply back. Okay. Now, if you have anything of value, you can provide them something and they can use that. And then that way they can get something of value off of you that they can implement and potentially help them with their problems. Right. Now, that can be a free guide, video, you know, whatever it is. Now, once you provide the value, then you obviously have a nurture message and just double checking that they, you know, found everything you provided them useful. And if they're, you know, having a conversation and they're responsive, if you feel, because I'm massive on not hard selling, I hate hard selling, but if you feel that that person is curious or interested, then you can propose a call. Okay. But this is all the time whilst you are still optimizing your IG account, you're still providing good organic content, because ads, it's not a case of people follow you and you'll just make sales. Ads only complement something that's working really, really well in the background. If you run ads to something that's not greatly optimized, it doesn't matter what you try and do in the back end, people will not convert. Now, on that, in terms of what we're looking at when also we're looking at things in terms of tracking, what you're looking at is your cost per clicks, obviously, and your click-through rates. Now, click-through rates are super important, and click-through rates basically will be a percentage in terms of what, you know, a person that's clicking through to your ad. So if someone is clicking through at 3%, that means that out of every 100 people, because, you know, we can reach a lot of people, 3% of the people are clicking through, which is, you know, in terms of, if you look at the reach here, so you can see reaching 42,000, if you get 3% clicking through, that's a hell of a lot of people that are going to see your page. And you can see here, okay, 1,400 visits. Okay, so if you look at that from a percentage, you can see that's about 3%, right? Now, maybe slightly less, but the fact of the matter is you're getting these people onto your page, you're paying not too much to get them onto your page, and then from that you can then obviously have these conversations. Now, an average click-through rate that I look for, which will be on the Meta dashboard within here, is around 3%. 3% is my benchmark, and if I can hit 3%, it means that I know the audience are engaging and they're interested in my ad. If my click-through rate is 1%, yeah, then I know for a fact that these people don't really engage with what I'm doing. I'm either targeting the wrong audience or the content's not good enough. So click-through rate will tell you everything you need to know whether or not people are engaging with the content. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this is pretty straightforward, but this is the most simplest way you can run ads to your Instagram account and nurture people, rather than hiring an agency, or on the other hand, spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds running cold ads and trying to get people to apply for your offers and your programs, whatever it is that you're selling. This is the best way that you can get good feedback for a very low cost, running follower ads, because you are learning from your clients or potential customers by speaking to them. So the audiences that you're targeting, you're going to get that feedback by speaking to them, and you're not going to pay an awful lot to get that feedback, right? So then once you then master that, then you can go into sales campaigns and lead campaigns, and, you know, start going down these routes where, you know, you're doing the you know, the more complex stuff. But if you can't get that feedback via traffic, then you will never go here and you will never go here. Hopefully that makes sense. You know, feel free to drop a comment, ask any questions, and hopefully I'll see you on another video. Speak soon.